A long time ago, when this planet was first created, there was a god. When he abandoned this planet, life in there started to deteriorate. The sky turned red, people became monsters, animals became horrors beyond our comprehension, and trees became living entities. God has been stealing all life from this planet to keep it to himself. Go, find God, and kill him to restore all life and humanity left in this hellish place we call Earth.
Pretentious, I know. This is Drogeneinfluss.
It's pronounced like Drogeneinfluss.
Yes, thank you.
Drogeneinfluss
Is a Quake mod made by Jane, known for her critically acclaimed Half-Life mod, New Year's 2004.
Who wants to get crazy for New Year?
I had the joy of being contacted by Jane about
Drogeneinfluss.
and I was instantly hooked. Now sit back, relax, and let me tell you about the best Quake mod you've never played. Before we actually play Drogeneinfluss, let's first look at Jane's history. Taking a look at her itch.io page, well, I mean, it's definitely unique. We can see after making Half-Life mods, Jane went on to make Pizza Tower mods. She made one that added Homer Simpson to the game, and a remaster of the demo which added more things to it. I think I've never played Pizza Tower. I do know, however, that Emma's thought it was a 10 out of 10. Something about the noise? I don't know. After these, she made the hit Super Mario Gaiam. Scrolling through her page, it's clear she loves modding games, even making Baldi Basics mods. I didn't even know that game still had a community, but here she is, just pumping them out. Just before Drogeneinfluss, Jane created the hit game
Bug, I lost all my weed and I have to get it back or the weed demon will steal my soul, the game, the movie.
This is also a Quake mod, heavily inspired by Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. Jane cites this as her inspiration to make mods for Quake, and this game was the first step towards that. This won't be the last time Brazilian Drug Dealer 3 is mentioned, as it also played a huge role in Drogeneinfluss in its development. While I'm not going to delve into this game, it is important to mention it and its influences on Drogeneinfluss. Without
Bug, I lost all my weed and I have to get it back or the weed demon will steal my soul, the game, the movie.
there is no Drogeneinfluss. The butterfly effect. Okay, I'll address it. The game does visually look like Cruelty Squad a lot, but it's not. I promise it's its own thing. In Drogeneinfluss, she plays a common Glaswegian junkie who suffers from schizophrenia. Although, to be fair, that is most of them anyway.
Here, bud. That's not a bank machine. It's not a bank machine, it's a fence.
The aim of the game is to kill God to save the world. You see people as monsters, rotten flesh, or even robots, killing them because you think it's real. It sort of reminded me of Afraid of Monsters, a mod made by the developer of Cry Fear.
What the fuck?
In that game, you also play as a drug addict who has a psychotic episode and goes around killing people, believing they're a zombie-like monster called Twitchers. I think a similar thing is happening in this game, but let me just stop yapping and let's actually play it. We are greeted by this beautiful start menu. In the background, we see our main character, John Drogeneinfluss. I don't know if this is his real name, but Jane made a joke about it, so I'm just gonna go with it. The game opens in a concrete box. We have a pistol and a yellow axe. A shotgun sits in front of us. Once we grab the shotgun, we can leave through this door and fight our first set of enemies. These are the soldiers, the easiest enemies in the game. We quickly deal with them before jumping into this exposed hole of water to meet the piranhas. We get out of the water before quickly blasting our way through soldiers and pyromaniacs, a new form of enemy that shoots fire at you. You are then greeted by the gold key, which you can use to unlock this gate guarded by more pyromaniacs. After defeating them and another batch of enemy, we can finally finish this level. Level 2 starts us in a brick room this time. Going through this door, we can fight these soldiers and unlock the Uzi. We get to use this Uzi straight away, mowing down enemies before jumping into a van and running over a massive horde of enemies. The van is probably my favourite mechanic in this game, but unfortunately it is only used twice. It's really a shame because it could have been implemented in so many different inventive ways. Level 3 takes place in... where are we? This is the meat forest with the meat trees. This is the first level that introduces the split in reality, the real world and John's world. I could keep going in chronological order talking about all the new enemies and new weapons you get, but 1, it'd be really boring, and 2, it just wouldn't do this game justice. So first, I'm going to focus on the real world. The real world is quite simple. We are a homeless junkie with schizophrenia that starts to perceive reality differently. The reality is just the background, but still a handful of levels represent the real world, I think anyway. The first two are obvious picks. Seems to have John in a rehab centre, locked away from the outside world to help him with his drug problem. The itches for drugs gets too much and John goes crazy, killing the guards and stealing a car to escape into the city. In the sixth level, we can see a van crash into a building. I believe this was us. Driving under the influence isn't safe and we have to deal with the consequences. Now, alone and stranded, John is confused. He sees everyday people as monsters and so he kills them until he is stopped. Yeah, it's very sad and I hope John's world is more exciting. While John's world isn't reality, it's what the game focuses on and so it's important to talk about. Much like you are right now, I was very confused in my first playthrough. I had no clue what the game was about. The visual style, while initially a reason I got interested in the game, now just felt too random and off-putting. Disappointed, I messaged Jane asking her how the story gets told throughout the game. She said to me,
"You don't. That's the entire premise of the game, other than the appearance of the maps themselves."
With this new piece of knowledge, I decided to play through the game again and analyse it thoroughly to see what I missed. Well, what the f is that supposed to tell me? In all seriousness, the levels give us a clear idea of our character's mental state. The more drugged up he is, the wilder the levels get. And when it's running out, we start seeing these city maps that are normal, I guess? I mean, they're not really normal, but they're definitely more normal than this.
10 years and this joint made you a fucking pussy.
Looking at the monologue from the start of the video, it sets up the story of John's world and why it looks the way it does. God abandoned this planet, causing all life to deteriorate, and it's our job to save the world by killing God. The game simply is just our journey to God, going through different areas, killing enemies along the way and becoming the hero of this world. This smoothly transitions me into the ending of the game and the boss battle. This is God. It reminded me of the Eye of Cthulhu from Terraria. Cthulhu is a cosmic entity created by H.P. Lovecraft. He's a huge monster that's worshipped by a group of cultists. I think that's what some of these enemies represent, mainly the witches and small demons. They are the loyal worshippers of this god, enforcing its demand and helping the transformation of creatures. The design also reminded me of Indra, a figure in Hindu mythology, commonly known as the thousand-eyed deity. It highlights his ability to oversee everything. This concept of a deity with many eyes is a common theme in Hinduism, symbolizing all-seeing and divine power. This creates a big brother-like aspect of God, suggesting it knows everything that happens in this world. It knows that we are coming to kill it, and it attempts to stop us, but it's not strong enough, and we rip it from the inside. The game ends with the final message.
Congratulations and well done. You've beaten God and his hundreds of ugly changelings and monsters. You have proven that your skill are greater than all the powers of God himself. You're the savior of Earth now.
And that, for the most part, is Drogeneinfluss. When talking about the ending of the game with Jane, she said to me,
By the way, the final battle against God could be interpreted as how our hero has finally died due to an overdose.
while our character dying at the end of the game seems like a cliche ending and maybe unsatisfactory, I actually think it's perfect. We got to be the hero and have a purpose. We got to save the world from a vengeful God. And in the real world, the pain stopped. We got over our addiction. We stopped hurting people. We just had to die for it all to stop. Just before I get into this, if you're enjoying the video, it would mean a whole lot if you could subscribe. We are genuinely so close to 2,000 and I really want to hit it before summer starts, so I'd appreciate the support. Anyway, shameless plug over, let's get back to this freaky game. I was very lucky to be able to interview Jane and ask some questions about the game and its development. There's not really a smooth way to do it, so here's the interview. What were your inspirations for the mod?
I got really inspired by games I really enjoy, like Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, Postal, Hotline Miami, or Cruelty Squad.
How did you come up with the story of the mod?
I came up with the story for the mod after making like 2 maps and stuff. I thought of making a really weird and somehow God-related story.
What was the development process like? Motivation, struggles, etc.?
The development process was kind of weird, to be honest. I had to change source codes like 3 times because I wasn't really satisfied on how the game turned out to be. Most of the unused weapon models are still in the game's files, by the way. Oh, and I also want to say that I've chosen the Quake engine to make the game due to it being really easy to use when making boomer shooters. It's like making a Lego structure by having the molds to make the bricks and just making them from scratch first. And also because I really enjoyed Brazilian Drug Dealer 3.
Is there anything you changed if you could go back in time?
The only thing I'd change would be, probably changing the zombie models to be more human-like, you know? Like, reusing the open quartz night model and retexturing it to make it look like a rotten body or something.
Do you have any future plans with creating mods?
I actually do. I'm now making another Quake mod called Bad Weekend, based on Postal, Duke Nukem, and Brazilian Drug Dealer 3.
Is there anything else you want to share about the mod?
The trees are rotting.
There's still a lot more to talk about, like the medkits and how they actually might be the drugs our character is taking. There's so many different enemies in the game, like the exploding Lego man and the Teletubbies, that are actually most evil things ever created. I mean, if you take anything away from this video, it's that you should play this game because there's genuinely something for everyone. Especially if you like meat trees cooking it up on a DJ deck. DJ, come on. Just while I'm sort of doing this bit, I also want to talk about the music. To my knowledge, they were all made by Jane for this game. They're these bit crushed tracks that really fit in with this game and the tone of it. It really reminded me of the first Mario Bros. OST with really simple but recognizable tracks. I'll play some snippets now. I think the music really plays into the tone and atmosphere of this game and the levels, being slightly unnerving but recognizable. I think this represents John's world. It's weird, dangerous even, but certain things are recognizable. John's world is made up of familiar places that are now distant memories, so all we can do is fill in the gaps. According to Jane, the background music is actually the representation of a headache. It's why at the start the music is normal and quiet, like how a small and almost undetectable headache hurts. However, in the mansion level, it gets more aggressive, almost like a bad headache. It's important to note that schizophrenia doesn't just make you see things, but it changes how you think, how you feel and behave. It's why John is able to take the lives of innocent people and not react, because he feels that it's right. He thinks he's saving the world. And that's really all I have to say. I want to give a huge thanks to Oris, Derfish and Rainbow's Laney for letting me steal their voice for this video, and all of their socials will be in the description. Also in the description will be a link to Drogeneinfluss, which I urge you to play. It is so good. There will also be a link to Jane's YouTube channel if you want to follow her and her other projects. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I guess I hope I see you in the next one.